Navigating Microsoft Teams. You can access Microsoft Teams through a web browser by going to the EdPass portal and selecting the Teams tile, or navigating directly to teams.microsoft.com and signing in with your @school's email address, or you can install the desktop app. We are going to use the desktop app in this video. Although most features are available in both versions, there are some slight differences. Once you're in Teams, you'll see all the teams which you're a part of, and you can open these to access files or posts in channels. In the top right, select your profile to change your availability. You can set your work location and set a status message. You can also add an additional account. This is useful for corporate staff who may belong to a team in the SA Gov tenancy and have an SA Gov email address. You can see here the non-educational version of Teams looks slightly different if you've signed in with a corporate email. Back in our educational version, still in the top right, you can access the settings in Teams by selecting the ellipses, the 3 dots, and selecting Settings. In the settings, you can customize how you'd like your Teams to look and behave. In the General panel, you can change settings such as starting chats in a new window or scheduling your out of office. To change the appearance, select Appearance in the left menu. Here you can change the theme, for example to use dark mode. In chats and channels, you can choose whether you want your teams to display in grid or list view, and whether you want to see conversations separate or combined. My app is set to grid, but you might prefer list. When you select list, you also have the option to show your chats and channels combined in your chat feed. You'll notice the Teams icon has now disappeared from the left side menu. Back in settings, change the view back to grid. Select Notifications and Activity to change these settings to your preferences. You might want to adjust the missed activity email frequency, for example, and if you're a teacher, turn off the banner notifications to avoid these popping up while you're teaching. Under Devices, you can check what microphone and speaker Teams is using. This is good to do before you jump onto a Teams call. You can also do a test call and check everything is working. Finally, in Files and Links, if you had the Microsoft 365 version of apps installed on your desktop, you can select Desktop under Always Open Word, PowerPoint and XR files in Options to open files in Teams directly in your desktop apps. Out of Settings, on the left side of Teams, you can access different features within Teams. The Activity panel is similar to a news feed. It shows activity which has occurred in Teams you're a member of, and when someone has replied or reacted to a post. Chat offers a private chat function. You can have a conversation with any staff within the Department for Education. Note that this function is disabled for students for protective practice reasons. Within Chat, you can chat with a single person or create a group chat. For example, between a smaller group of colleagues. Any Teams meetings which you have, which are recorded or where people have used the chat function, will also show up in your chat in the Meeting Chats tab. When you select the Teams icon, this will open up the last team which you were looking at. If you need to go back to that All Teams screen, select All Teams in the top left. You'll then see all the teams you're an owner or member of. So let's go into a team right now. In a team, you'll find channels down the left, which are a way to categorize information into a number of topics. In each channel, you have posts where people can have a conversation. The next tab is for shared files. You can access files stored within document libraries in the team, or files or links attached to team posts. You can also add additional tabs at the top of a channel like this planner, which has been added here. If your team is a PLC or staff team, you'll also see Notebook appear as a tab. Each channel in one of these types of teams also has a Notes section within the OneNote, accessible from the Notes tab. At the top of Teams, there's a search bar, which allows you to search for information within Teams. Results are sorted into messages, files, images, group chats, meetings, and channels. You can also search within a specific channel in a team by pressing Ctrl F when you're in that channel.